Ian Bell scored a sumptuous century as his Warwickshire side fought back brilliantly on the second day of their LV County Championship game with Sussex, a game which could still go either way. In spite of a ton from Ed Joyce, 20 wickets had fallen on the first day, and this one began with Warwickshire losing opener Varun Chopra in the third over when he padded up to Steve McGoffin in front of his stumps. Warwickshire had begun the day after conceding a first innings lead of 142 to their visitors that had been reduced by 44 by the time that Laurie Evans edged to Michael Yardy. And it was 49 for 3 in Chris Jordan's next over. Jonathan Trott, who'd been tested out by some short stuff, helped a half-tracker to McGoffin to depart with 26 runs to his name. A two-day finish looked on the cards at this stage, but Bell had other ideas. Having made a duck in the first innings, he soon had his summer up and running, taking his tally of first-class runs beyond 16,000 in the process, and rarely did he look back thereafter. Notice how the attacking field diminished once he got himself in, and once in he played with the quality we've all come to expect from him over the years. He and Tim Ambrose put on an important stand of 46 to just hold Sussex up a bit. Another fine slip catch, one of many by Sussex in this match, brought about Ambrose's downfall on 19, Joyce with the take off the bowling of John Lewis. At 95 for 4, Warwickshire were still in a lot of trouble, and the next couple of partnerships were going to be crucial. Bell was warming to his task well enough, and that 6 was soon followed by a sublime 4, which took him to his classy 50, which had been made off only 62 balls. 7 fours and that maximum were included in that, in what was an innings which, Joyce's aside, was a cut above the rest in this contest. Warwickshire were 5 runs to the good when they lost their 5th wicket, Chris Wokes edging Jordan straight to Yardy after scoring 23. But then Bell was joined by Ricky Clark, who formed the much-needed partnership to change the face of this contest. Bell continued to bat with fluency, working the ball superbly off his pads when the bowlers fluffed their lines from time to time. For the first time this season, the Sussex attack were now going to be made to work hard for their successes. Clark's innings must not be underestimated either. Time after time he's helped his side with valuable runs in the lower middle order, and he was to do that here in style. These pictures may suggest that he came out hitting, but in fact the opposite was true, as he battled hard between boundaries for his runs, as his side just threatened to make a game of this before tea was taken. We were beginning to have a game on our hands. Bell was, by now, nearing his 100, helped by a couple of overs from Rory Hamilton-Brown. And off his 166th delivery, the England man secured the 46th first-class three-figure score of his wonderful career with a couple of Asha Zaidi. It was an innings with everything you would expect from Bell. He'd struck 11 fours and 1 6, and it made batting look like a fairly easy pastime on a pitch where so many others have struggled. Clark wasn't one of those who'd done that until Jordan managed to get a ball to bite and wrap him on the fingers. The all-rounder was in some discomfort after that, but he bravely batted on to get to his fine 50, which had used up 108 deliveries. That figure in itself emphasises just how well Bell had batted. Only 4 fours had been struck by Clark. With his hand hurting, Clark was probably happy to face some slow stuff, and he was still able to play some delightful shots as he now really picked up the pace of the innings, knowing that the second new ball wasn't a million miles away from being taken by Joyce. Clark was just about dealing only in boundaries at this stage, as Sussex were up against it for the first time this summer, as this pair added 132 in 40 overs together. And it took a stunning leg side catch from Ben Brown to finally end it. Clark unlucky to have to go with 79 runs to his name, but it was an innings which had helped him turn this game around. 4 overs after that wicket, Sussex did have the second new cherry, but it made little or no difference to Bell, who looked as if he could keep on batting for months. He helped his side beyond 300 and knew that if he could just keep going for a while longer, that his opposition might have a testing target to chase in the last innings of this match. The lead stood at 176 when McGoffin had Keith Barker caught at the wicket for 18. But all that did was bring in Jitan Patel, who probably turned the game into his side's favour in the last 11 overs in which he and Bell blasted a further 69 runs. Patel didn't just throw the bat either, as he has done in the past. He played some cultured shots, along with one or two more fortunate ones as he raced to a runnable 47 with 8 boundaries. It may just be the innings that knocks the stuffing out of Sussex. But as important as Patel's knock was, there was no doubt that the hero of the day was Bell, who ended it still there on 144 after 5.5 hours of batting. And he still has an important role to play. With so much time left in this game, there are lots of overs for Bell and the tail to bat to set a toughest target as possible. Warwickshire will start again on day 3, already 245 runs ahead on 387 for 7. It's been some games so far, and you can expect that to continue.